Hi everyone, it's Rob from Marylanders Against SB 295, the Minimum Wage Act. We got a call for action out and we're going to try to meet in Annapolis and we need numbers, so I want you to share this with everyone. Okay, the first bill is the House bill and it's going to be heard in committee on Tuesday, February the 11th at 1 p.m. Okay, the committee is going to convene at the Low House Office Building. That's 6 Bladen Street in Annapolis, and you'll want to proceed to room 231. The easiest and most convenient place to park is the Gott's Garage, and that's on Calvert Street. Pull it up online. It's just before the State House. So we're going to meet in Annapolis on Tuesday, February the 11th. The hearing is at 1 o'clock, but you need to sign up to give oral testimony before 12 o'clock. You are not required to submit written testimony to be able to testify in person. Now, unfortunately, they've only given every person 2 minutes to testify. Now, we know that's not a lot of time, but you can actually get 5 minutes of testimonial time if you form a panel. And a panel could be 3 individuals from the same parent company. If you belong to a franchise, get 2 other franchisees and become the panel for that, and you'll get 5 minutes and you'll all have to go up together. Now, just because there's 3 of you up there doesn't mean all 3 have to speak. You can turn those responsibilities over to just one person and they will get 5 minutes to testify in front of the committee. Now, be aware that the committee actually thinks that you, the small business owner, should carry the burden of the additional costs a higher minimum wage will incur. It's our job to put a face on these numbers and let them know that this is affecting real people, real families, real businesses. So we need as many people to show up as possible so that we can put a face on this unfair burden that this legislation will put upon us, the small business owners. Each and every one of you had a total amount of hours paid last year in payroll. If you take that number and increase it by $2.85 and multiply it, you'll come up with the additional cost in payroll you'll have to come up with 2 years from this June. My actual number, and I am a seasonal business, 7,000 hours, that's $21,000 in additional payroll and taxes that my business will have to come up with. If each and every one of you brings that information with you, it takes 10 seconds during your testimony to flash that to the House of Representatives on the committee and ask them, where am I supposed to get this money? Dear committee, do you expect me to pay this? They expect you to come up with it, and that is not fair. I can't afford that kind of money. Can you? Dear committee, do you expect me to pay this? That's real money. Each and every one of us cannot afford this unfair burden placed upon us. Dear committee, do you expect me to pay this? If each and every one of you brings that information with you, it takes 10 seconds during your testimony to flash that to the House of Representatives on the committee and ask them, where am I supposed to get this money? Dear committee, do you expect me to pay this? And the reality is, the answer is yes, they do expect you to pay that. Where exactly do they think we're going to come up with that kind of money? We're small business owners. We're scraping every dollar, watching every penny. Dear committee, do you expect me to pay this? All they want us to do is redistribute the stealth tax that this is on small businesses. Dear committee, do you expect me to pay this? And if the answer is no, where exactly are we supposed to come up with that money? There are really only 2 possible places. You either cut back hours so that your payroll stays relatively the same. For every dollar that minimum wage goes up, it's a certain amount of hours that need to be cut back. Or you have to start cutting back on positions. And none of us want to do that. That hurts everybody. That means we work harder and we employ less people. So imagine if we had everyone that testified showed this dollar amount to the committee. Do you think they would get the message? Well, I would hope they would get the message, and they need to understand that this affects real people and real families. Now, there's lots of arguments for why we shouldn't raise the minimum wage, and I'm sure all of us are going to present them when we testify. So once again, I ask that everyone who plans on testifying, please bring this and show it to the committee when you're up there, whether it's the 10 seconds in the beginning or the 10 seconds at the end. Do you expect me to pay this? Every single business owner needs to ask them this question. So that's it for the House committee bill. We'll put together some information on the Senate bill for you. We hope to have a good turnout on Tuesday, February the 11th. The meeting's at 1 o'clock. You need to sign up by 12 o'clock, so plan on getting there early. If a lot of people show up, there will be a line to testify. Okay, that's all I have for now. If you have any questions, please visit our Facebook page, Marylanders Against SB 295. Go ahead and post on there. Post any questions on our page. Please like it. Please share it. Let's get the word out. Power in numbers. We'll see you in Annapolis on Tuesday.